Welcome back to the Wannabe Runner. Good to see you again. I am at the Trail Cafe in Mount Evelyn and I'm going to be trying to run a PB on the 6K course. I had a rest day yesterday, so I think I'm giving myself a decent chance of being able to run a PB here. It's 3Ks down, 3Ks back up again. And I just want to go fast. This is part of me just wanting to bring some speed back into my legs. So I'm not sure how I'll go with this, but we shall see. The weather's not great for it. I do have some brand new racing shoes on my feet. Salomon Pulsar, my first racing pair of trail shoes. So as I often say with these PB attempts, no excuses this morning. Here we go. Like an old man after it's been drizzling. Overall, I guess got to be happy with that. It was about 5 seconds a kilometre faster than my previous best, so that's good. Like 35 seconds PB. It was a bit of a funny one though. I was way quicker downhill, 10 seconds a k faster than normal downhill, or faster than my best down. But on the way back I was about 5 seconds a k slower. So overall, yeah, faster. I think probably I just went a bit too hard on the way down. The shoes were good. They feel a lot like my Asics Meta-Racer actually, a lot like it. A little bit thin underfoot, but they really keep you up on your toes. Probably good for short, fast runs. Anyway, pretty good sign this morning. Moving towards the marathon, trying to get some speed into the legs, and this is really day 2 of that, so can't complain. It was good. I'll do this one again before the marathon and really get a good speed test then.
We are live, everybody. Come on now. How's everyone doing on this Thursday? I believe it's Thursday. I want to dive a little bit more into your marathons, okay? Okay, Nathan says, yeah, a live stream while Australia is awake. What time is it in Australia?
Feeling good today. The end of the new biggest week I've ever run, 121 kilometers, and it's the biggest or highest volume week of this training block, which I'm going to hold again next week, hopefully 120 k's next week, before I start getting to come down the other side of the training block. This is my friend Collie. He is one big peg. The run kicking off in the corner is the run from this morning with Adam through some great trails in the Dandenongs. Hope you enjoy watching that. It's back due to popular demand. Holly's suggestion of not having the featured run was shot down from the other side of the world. Thanks, my brother in England. I'm just walking around my property at home because I just can't be bothered going out for a longer walk. I'll get some walking into my legs, but just feeling a little bit sore, but that's fine. I've got a rest day tomorrow. A lot of the week has actually been a bit of a blur, the different runs. So the first one that you guys just saw stands out to me a little bit, running the 6Ks, trying to run a PB, which I managed to do by quite a long way. Then there are lots of 10 or 20 kilometer runs throughout the week. And yeah, they kind of all just blur into one sort of in the end. Generally speaking, they were slowish sort of runs, around, not slow, but around the 5 minutes a k mark. So not pushing to be low 4s and not super slow around the 5.5 or 6 minute per k mark. and generally speaking, a lot of them were just pretty flat terrain, trying not to go up into the mountains too often, although I did get 2 of those in this week. Today's one, as always, got a fair bit of elevation gain, and a run on Thursday that was a couple of hills that I've been meaning to try and tick off the list. I went up Inverness Road, for those who know the area. That was a good challenge. It's a long uphill road, and I've just been driving past it the last few weeks and thought I really should get around to running that one day. So this was the week. I definitely wasn't trying to run up in any record time, but just being able to run up it and I guess conquer the hill was achievement enough for me that day. And then Friday I woke up just feeling pretty tired, which I guess is understandable. And I think I ran 10Ks on Friday at no great pace, and just was tired all day after that. And by Friday night I thought, well, I found my limit. I planned to run 120Ks for the week, but I'm not going to push myself to hit that number just because I wrote that number. In a way, it's kind of an arbitrary number. It doesn't actually really matter, and it's not scientifically based. It's just the plan that I'd written out. So I was feeling like I probably wouldn't end up doing 120Ks this week, and I was fine with that. But I did my best to try and recover really well on Friday. Nice hot bath with Epsom salts, a little bit of massage from my family, thanks family, and early to bed. Oh, there is a mother duck. Really need to watch where I'm going. Crikey, that is an unhappy mother. Alright, I'm walking back the other way now. Try and leave them alone. Anyway, so what I was trying to say was I was happy not to hit the 120Ks if I just wasn't feeling up to it. Totally open to that. Totally open to adjusting the training program if I need to, if I just can't cope with the numbers that I've written down. But I went to bed Friday night nice and early. I think it was about 9 o'clock or 9:30, and I was due to run 30 or 35 on Saturday. Well, ideally 35Ks, but going to bed Friday night I thought, well, I'll probably end up doing 25 or 30 and do it around about the 5 minutes a K mark. So that was the plan going to bed. But then woke up on Saturday morning and was just feeling totally fresh again. Still didn't want to push it on the run. I thought I'll try and get 35Ks in, and if I do it at a little bit of a lighter pace, then that's fine. So I set out at, I think my first few Ks are around the 4:15 per K mark, which are fast times, but if I'm really pushing on a long run, those first 3Ks on this particular course would be a little bit under 4 minutes a K. So I was holding back just a little bit, and I thought I'll just see if I can maintain a pace similar to this, or see how long I can hang on for. And the Ks just kept ticking over, and I was hovering around the average of maybe 420, 425 per K. 10 Ks into 35, and I'm running with this bloke. Thought I was moving okay till he started running. Well, I'm guessing someone left the gate open. That scared me. So I was happy the longer the run went. I was just keeping that average down just under the 4:30 a K mark. The last few Ks really hurt, and I did think about just stopping and walking, because I'd passed 30 Ks, which is a bit of, 30 Ks is a good long run. 35 is one that really gives me confidence that I can make the 42, which I'll need to do in 4 weeks' time. But I thought I'll just push myself. I haven't actually pushed myself all that hard lately. A few short, fast runs, but I haven't gone on any really long runs at a good pace. But for this run, and I've got 2 more of them coming up on the next 2 Saturdays, they're really the bread and butter. They're going to give me the best idea of what I can achieve on marathon day. I was very, very pleased to be able to run all 35 Ks, and each of them were under 5 minutes each, which I thought was a real achievement. I was very pleased with that. And to come under just under 4 minutes 30 a K, I think it was 4:29 per K on average, was just a real bonus as well. So I was very pleased with that Saturday run, especially considering how, I don't know, not defeated, but just feeling a bit rubbish on Friday night. So it was great to be able to surpass my plans, or surpass my goals on the Saturday run. That was a real bonus. So a new personal best, 121 Ks for the week, and looking forward to a rest day tomorrow. On my rest days, by the way, I tend to go out between maybe 5 and 12 Ks walking. Definitely don't put my feet up totally. So I've had a couple of conversations this week with a few of my friends who've been following my, I know I hate using the word journey, but I guess that's what really it is. A couple of friends who've been following my marathon training journey, and a couple of conversations that have sort of centered around the fact that at the moment I'm just trying to trust the plan. I've written out my training program, spoken to you guys about it, been following it pretty closely. Like in terms of within 1 week, I've been really trying to hit the kilometre aim, and quite often I've been exceeding it just a little bit. And I have spoken in the last couple of weeks about just feeling a little bit slow, which is not to be unexpected, I suppose. As these Ks build up, there's just less energy in the legs to be able to go fast, or go fast for a long time. So I think a part of me, I do get concerned when I'm not able to just run at the paces that I would like to run, or I think I should be able to run. For example, I ran that half marathon a couple of weeks ago now that was slower than what I actually ran it in April. And that, in a way, I sort of panic in my mind, thinking, I'm doing so much extra running and I've done so much training since then, but I'm a bit slower for some reason. So yeah, a part of me gets worried, but then I just remind myself that I should be a little bit slower at this stage. Well, this is what I'm telling myself, at least. We'll see if it turns out to be true. But I should be slower just because I've got all the kilometers in the legs. So I'm not feeling fresh. But if I had the chance to taper, to really go easy for a couple of weeks, let that training absorb in, soak into my body, into my legs, into my heart, into my lungs, then I'm able to turn up at a half marathon or a full marathon feeling a lot fresher. Then those paces will actually be a lot quicker than they are at the moment, which is to be expected. I've put a lot of work in. I should definitely be running quicker. So, as I say, I'm trying not to panic. I'm trying to just trust the plan, build a little bit of speed work into these 120k weeks, but as soon as it drops down to 95, add a little bit more speed work, and then certainly on the 60k week and the 30k week coming up in a few weeks' time, that'll not exclusively be, but largely be speed work based. So I know those weeks are going to hurt, but they're going to hurt differently to like the 35k run yesterday. I'm not going to be holding super high speeds for a really, really long time, but it will be shorter stuff, and then trying to repeat that and stay as close to my first effort as possible. So there'll be a lot of that coming, and I trust that that will give me the speed that I'm looking for, because I feel like at the moment, if I was to run the marathon tomorrow, I might run it maybe around the 3 hour mark, 3:05, or maybe even 3:10, but I'm really hoping to be under 3 hours, maybe around 2:55 come race day. And yeah, as I say, if I did it tomorrow, I just couldn't do it. I can run the whole distance, but I wouldn't be able to keep a high enough pace to be able to run it in 2:55 or even under 2:55. So yeah, this week it's just about trusting the plan. And I believe that in 4 weeks' time, once I've freshened up, once I've got a lot more pace into my legs, that I will be able to do the well, what was unthinkable for me 6 months ago, being able to run well under 3 hours. My tip of the week this week is not really a tip, just more a recommendation. I watched last night with Holly and my girls. We watched the 2 Eliud Kipchoge movies or documentaries, which, for those who don't know, he won the Tokyo Marathon just a few weeks ago, and he won the marathon before that as well at the Olympics, which I think was Rio. My memory's not working so well just at the moment, but yeah, he's the now the 2-time reigning marathon champion. But the documentary was the time in between those 2 marathons of he and a group of people trying to break the 2-hour marathon barrier, and I just found it really inspiring. Even if you're not into running, I have no doubt you'll really enjoy it. The first movie is called Breaking 2. I think it only goes for about 50 minutes. And the second one's a little bit longer, a bit more of a produced movie rather than documentary style. It goes for about an hour and a half. That one's called Kipchoge, The Last Milestone. Even if you're not into running, I really think you'll enjoy watching what a team of people set out to achieve. And I just love Eliud Kipchoge's mindset and how he sees the team aspect of running, even though it's a very individual sport. He's all about the team and doing it for humanity in general, not just for himself. Very inspiring. So I recommend you watch that this week. By the way, say hi to my piggies, my piglets, born and raised on this property. Say hi, girls. They're growing up. You saw them in a vlog a long time ago. We sold all but those 2. I said to Holly, each pig is basically 1 pair of running shoes for me. So we sold 8 piglets. Looking forward to buying 8 shoes. Well, really, 4 pairs of shoes, 8 shoes. Alright, well, I think I've done enough rambling for this week. You can probably tell I'm a bit tired by the pace I'm walking, and maybe my thoughts aren't quite so coherent. That's okay. It's going to be a good next 4 weeks. The next week and a half, going to be big, but looking forward to coming down the other side of that training mountain and feeling fresher and fresher over the next few weeks. But I do want to thank you for watching The Wannabe Runner, and I will see you again next week. Bye bye.